Hello, welcome. My name is Tiffany. Welcome to your yoga practice today. We're going to get started in just a couple minutes, but first I want to welcome you to your mat and just let you know you're going to need probably a towel to wipe off the sweat, a water bottle here and just set it at the top of your mat, and then you're going to need 2 yoga blocks. If you don't have yoga blocks, maybe if you want to grab a book, that would work just to bring the ground a little bit closer. You can use your water bottle if you do that. Just something sturdy to put your hands on to bring the ground a little bit closer. But just go ahead and set those at the top of your mat. And today you're going to get started on your back body. So go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Just put your blocks off to the side. Start rolling onto your back. Knees bent up toward the ceiling. Plant your feet on the ground. And then go ahead and slide your shoulders down your mat, down your back. And then if you'd like to start with your knees up to the ceiling, you can do that. Or let your knees fall together. Walk your feet out to the long edge of your mat. And if it feels good to you, go ahead and soften your eyes or even close them. You like to let your hands fall open towards the ceiling. Or if it feels better to you, you could bring one hand on your belly, rest one on your heart. But first, just start to feel. First, bring your awareness to your physical body. Start to notice how you're feeling through your hips, through your shoulders. Notice where you can soften just a little and come onto your mat. There's no wrong answers here. Just start to check in. Notice where you're holding any tension in your body. And notice where you can just start to soften and let go. And then walk that same mindfulness up to your heart space. I want you to check in emotionally. And that could be tricky. And again, no judgment. Just start to notice how you're doing today, right here, in this moment. And notice where you can soften just a little. And then walk that same mindfulness up to your headspace. Notice those thoughts that are swirling around. Or can you start to let go and just soften a little? What thoughts are going to serve you over the next hour as you move with your breath and the rest of it? Again, maybe you can ball up into a little ball and place just alongside your mat. Maybe you can leave them right here in this room where you are and just walk away from them. And then begin to notice your breath. Where is your breath in your body? Right? Is it shallow? Is it deep? Maybe the cadence of it. Don't change anything yet. Just begin to notice. Now start to ask a little bit more of your breath. Take a big inhale through your nose. Feel your belly expand. Feel your rib cage expand. And then big open mouth exhale, HA sound. Good. Again, inhale through your nose. Expand your belly. Expand your rib cage. Send it all the way up to your collarbone. And then big open mouth exhale, HA sound, like you're fogging up a mirror in front of you. Good. Inhale through your nose. Expand your belly. Expand your ribcage. Send it all the way up to your collarbone. Maybe pause at the top. Take an extra sip of air. And then big open mouth exhale. Good. Now seal your lips. Invite a slight constriction to the back of your throat. And as you inhale through your nose and exhale through your sealed lips, it makes this kind of sound, this oceanic sound or waterfall sound. As your Ujjayi breath, your victorious breath, invites a little bit more heat into your practice. If this is ever too much, you just let that constriction go. And now on your next inhale, go ahead and flutter open your eyes. Bring your knees back up to the ceiling. Curl your tailbone under and inhale. Circle sweep your hands up to the sky. And then exhale, bring them down behind you. Reach towards the back of the room. And then inhale again, circle sweep them up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, bring them down by your hips. And inhale again, circle sweep them up towards the sky. And then exhale, bring them down behind you, making these big arm sweeping motions. Again, inhale, bring them towards the ceiling. And then exhale, bring them down by your hips. One more time, inhale, bring them up towards the ceiling. And exhale, bring them down behind you. And then extend your leg long towards your front of your mat. And as you exhale, bring your feet over to the right, and your hands over to the right, making this big kind of banana shape. Nice big side stretch. Good, now inhale through center. And then as you exhale, bring your feet over to the left. Walk your hands over to the left as well. Nice big side stretch over to the left. Good, now inhale, come through center. And as you exhale, everything over to the right. Feet over to the right, hands over to the right. And I inhale through center, and then exhale everything over to the left. So feet over to the left, hands over the right, maybe even catch your right wrist. Good, now inhale, coming through center, and then as you exhale, bend your knees, then your arms up to the sky, and then exhale, bring them down. Now walk your feet wide, to the wide as your mat, and then bring your knees over to the right. Good, now inhale your knees up through center, and then exhale, drop your knees over to the left. Good, inhale up through center, and then exhale, drop your knees over to the right. Good, inhale up through center, and then exhale, drop your knees over to the left. Getting into your hips here. Good, inhale up through center, then exhale, dropping your knees over to the right. Inhale up through center, and then exhale, dropping your knees over to the left. This time, pause there. Now you could stay there, or maybe take your right foot, place it on top of your right knee. Good, now inhale, come up to center, and then exhale, drop your knees over to the right. Again, pause there. You want a little bit more intensity, pick up your right foot, place it on top of your left knee. Good, now inhale, come up to center. Bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug. You start to rock back and forth. Keep some knee circles on the ceiling. And then reverse direction. Good, now use 2 or 3 breaths. We're going to inhale, rock back. Exhale, come forward. Good. And come all the way up to kneeling. So plant your hands in front of you. Make sure your shoulders are stacked over your wrists, your hips are over your knees, your toes can be tucked or untucked. Either way, you're going to inhale, come forward, drop your belly. And then exhale, curl around your back, gaze down at your belly button, nice big cat position. And then inhale again, gaze forward, heart, drop your heart. Exhale, curl around your back, gaze down at your belly button, really push through your shoulders here. And then inhale, come forward, drop your belly. Good. Exhale, curl around your back, really push through your shoulders, nice cat position. And then inhale again, gaze forward, drop your belly. And then move through a few more of these cat and cows, but add some free movement here, what feels good to you. Maybe start to roll out your wrists, move your hips side to side. Do what feels good here. Just make it flow like water. What feels good, just start to wake up your body. Good. Now inhale, come into neutral, stacking your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over knees. I want you to curl your toes under if they haven't been. And then as you exhale, push your hips up and back. This is probably your first downward dog of the day. And then start to walk your dog out. So how should this feel here? So you're going to really push through your hands. Big gecko fingers. Big bend in your knees. So you're going to really push your hips up and back. So think less plank. Really pushing your hips up and back. Your heels don't have to come down to the ground. Just make them heavy. And then start to walk out your dog. So bending one knee, bending the other. Okay, nice big inhale here. Really push your hips up and back. Then as you exhale, start to shift forward. Now you're going to come into high plank. Good. Pull your belly button in. Really push your hands. Your gaze should be beyond your fingertips. Now, you can stay here, or you want a little bit more support, you can bring your knees down to the mat. Either way, I want a big inhale here. Really push through your hands. So you feel some protraction between your shoulders. Then as you exhale, you start to lower halfway down. Squeeze your elbows in. Pause here. Big inhale at halfway. Then as you exhale, lower all the way down. Chest first to the floor. Untuck your toes. Good. Now as you inhale, lift your head, chest, and shoulders. So lots of engagement through the backside of your body. Pushing through your thighs and the top of your feet. Then exhale, let it go. Okay, another big inhale, head, chest, and shoulders. This time your hands come off the mat. So lots of engagement through the backside of your body. So squeeze through your thighs, pushing through the tops of your feet. Gaze just beyond your mat. Now exhale, let that go. Walk your hands down one handprint so they're by your lower ribs. Roll your shoulder blades down and back. Gaze to the top of your mat. Now as you inhale, you can come up baby cobra. So lots of engagement through the back of your thighs, or continue to push through your hands, shine your heart forward, upward facing dog. How's it feel in your lower back? Either way, you're going to squeeze through your butt, start to gaze forward. Then curl your toes under, exhale your hips up and back, coming through tabletop, or lift your knees, push your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Either way, we're going to meet here. Good. Again, pedal it out. Notice, how's it feeling? Good. Now big inhale, really push your hips up and back. Gaze beyond your fingertips. I want you to start to walk your feet forward to the top of your mat. Now make sure your feet are about hip distance, and then inhale, halfway right. Slide your hands up your shins. Nice flat back. If you need a little bit more distance, you can grab your blocks, place your hands on your blocks. So you have a nice flat back. So pretend like somebody's placing a coffee cup on your back, right? You don't want to spill it. So pull your belly button in, gaze beyond your mat. Then as you exhale, curl round your back. Let your head hang heavy. Maybe you can even catch opposite elbows. Sway side to side. This is a great place. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Let out all the tension. Now, push through your feet. So lots of engagement through your inner thighs. And as you inhale, pull your belly button in, circle sweep your hands up to the sky. Gaze up. And as you exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Interlace all your fingers except for your pointer fingers. Inhale, sweep both hands up to the sky. Soften through your shoulders. And then as you exhale, tilt towards the right. Nice big side bend. We've been here before. Inhale, come up to center. And as you exhale, tilt the other way towards the left side. Inhale, come up to center. Check in through your shoulders, soften them down your back. And as you exhale, tilt towards the right, but pause there. Now as you inhale, roll up in your left shoulder. Maybe you start to gaze up towards the ceiling. Good. Inhale, come up to center. Exhale, tilt towards the left. Pause there. Inhale, roll up in your right shoulder. Maybe you can start to gaze up towards the ceiling. Yeah. Good. Inhale, come up to center. Now as you exhale, take both hands, place it in your imaginary back pockets. Step your feet a little bit wider. Make sure they're about hip distance. And then roll up in your shoulders. Squeeze your elbows back together. So you're opening up your chest. Then squeeze through your butt. So lots of engagement through the backside of your body. Start to push your hips forward. Gaze up towards the ceiling. Nice big back bend. Soften through your knees. Big inhale here. As you exhale, slide your hands at the backside of your body, full forward. Let your head hang heavy. Inhale, halfway lift. Slide your hands up your shins. Again, nice flat back. If you need a little bit more distance, plant your hands on your blocks. Good. Now exhale, fold forward. Let your head hang heavy. Good. Plant your hands on the ground. Bend your knees. So lots of contact with your belly and your thighs. And I want you to walk, or you can step your feet back. You're going to meet in high plank again. Engage through your belly. So pull your belly button in. Now remember, your knees can be up or down here. Now as you exhale, start to bend your elbows. Send your heart down to the floor. Lower all the way down. Untuck your toes, pressing through the tops of your feet. Inhale, raise your head, chest, and shoulders. Baby cobra or high cobra. Just shine your heart forward. Then exhale your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Good. And then take a moment here. Breathe. Pedal it out. Good. Now as you exhale, soften your knees down to the mat. We're coming to tabletop. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. Pull your belly button in. So lots of engagement through your core. Now as you inhale, send your right heel towards the back of the room. And then notice as you come into a back bend, pull your belly button in, push through your hands. Now as you exhale, tap your back toes, your right toes towards the mat. Inhale, lift your heel. Exhale, tap your toes. Inhale, lift your heel. Exhale, tap your right toes. Inhale, lift your heel. Now exhale, bring your right knee towards your nose, curl around your back, then step your foot between your hands. Grab your blocks. Frame your front foot. Good. Now as you inhale, sweep both hands up to the sky. Good. Exhale, arrive. How does it feel? Can you pull your right hip back, your left hip forward? Feel a nice stretch through your left hip flexor. Soften through your shoulders. Big inhale here. As you exhale, maybe you send your hip forward and down. Big inhale here. Reach to the crown of your head. As you exhale, send your hip back and down. Start to straighten out your front leg. Maybe if you're doing a lot of work, start to scooch your front heel forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Pull your toes towards your face. Feel a nice stretch on the back side of your right leg. Now you have a few breaths here to play with. Maybe you take your toes, point them to the right side of your mat. Maybe you take your toes, point them over to the left. How does that change your stretch? And as you inhale, start to bend your front knee, your right knee. Walk your heel back. Remove your blocks. Place your hands to frame your front foot. Then step your right knee back to meet your left. Good. Curl your toes under. Exhale your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Take a moment here. Breathe. Notice. Does it feel different? Maybe. Maybe not. Good. Nice big inhale. Then as you exhale, soften your knees back down to the mat. Again, check in. Pull your belly button in. Push through your hands. Then inhale. Sweep your left heel towards the back of the room. As you exhale, tap your left toes down to the mat. Inhale. Lift them up. Exhale. Tap your toes. Inhale. Lift your heel. Exhale. Tap your toes. Inhale. Lift your heel. Exhale. Tap. Inhale. Lift. Now as you exhale, bring your knee towards your nose, curl around your back, then step your foot between your hands. Grab your blocks, frame your front foot. Good, now inhale, lift your torso, send your hands up to the sky. And as you exhale, send your right hip down towards the ground and forward. So just feeling a nice stretch in the front side of your right hip. And then start to check in, right? Can you pull your left hip back, right hip forward? Soften through your shoulders. Are you pushing in to your front heel? Got a big inhale here. Exhale, maybe sink a little bit deeper. Good. Inhale, shine bright through the crown of your head. As you exhale, now send your hips back and down. Start to straighten out your front leg. Maybe walk your left heel forward. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Pull your left toes towards your face. And then you have a few breaths here to play with. Maybe you send your left toes over to the left side. Maybe you send them over to the right. You're looking for a nice sensation on the back side of your left leg. Now inhale, start to bend your front knee, walk your left foot back, remove your blocks, place your hands on the floor, and then step your left knee to meet your right. Tuck your toes, and then as you exhale, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. And then take a moment here, notice, do you feel the difference? Good, then come to stillness. Now inhale, sweep your right heel towards the back of the room. Push through your heel. Exhale, curl around your back. Bring your knee towards your nose and then step your foot between your hands. This is a good time to grab your block and then frame your front foot. If you only have one, bring your block in front of your foot. Good. Now you're going to feel really light in your back toe. Make sure your feet are on railroad tracks. Then inhale, sweep both hands up high. High crescent lunge, right side. Yeah. And then notice what you notice here. Can you pull your right hip back, your left hip forward? It should feel very similar to where we were before. Feel a nice stretch on the front side of your left hip. Soften through your shoulders. Big inhale here. Now as you exhale, maybe you sink a little bit deeper. Slight bend in your back knee. Good. Inhale here. Grow tall through the crown of your head. Now as you exhale, spin your back heel down. Open your arms to a T. Warrior two. Check in. Can you see your big toe of your front foot? Maybe you can give it a lift. Open up wide through your thighs. Good. Can you soften through your shoulders? Shine bright through your fingertips. Big inhale here. Now as you exhale, reach towards the front of your mat. Bring your right elbow to your knee and then open up your chest. Continue to push through the knife edge of your back foot. Maybe your gaze is up towards the ceiling. You can reach your left hand up towards the ceiling. Maybe you take your left hand and reach it towards the front of your mat. You need a little bit more spice. Maybe you could float your right hand towards the front of your mat, like you're holding a beach ball. What feels good to you? Inhale, take your right hand up and back. High five the back wall. Then as you exhale, rebend your front knee. Play with your gaze. Maybe it's up at the ceiling. Maybe it's down at your back foot. Continue to breathe. Big inhale, feel some extension for the front side of your body. And as you exhale, cartwheel both hands to frame your front foot. They can be on your blocks or on the floor. Then turn your back heel up. Good. Now on your exhale, step your right foot to meet your left. Now, from here, you have some options. You can exhale your hips up and back. Does that feel good? Or go through your chaturanga. Come forward, knees up or down, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale your hips up and back. We're all going to meet downward facing dog. Take a moment, breathe. Good, now pause, come to stillness. Inhale, sweep your left heel towards the back of the room. Push through your heel. Now exhale, bring your knee towards your nose. Step your foot between your hands. Grab your blocks for a little bit more height. Make sure your feet are nice and wide on railroad tracks. Pull your right hip back, your left hip forward. Inhale, sweep both hands up high. Then check in, notice. Breathe. With every inhale, you grow a little bit taller. As you exhale, maybe you sink a little bit deeper. A nice big inhale here. And as you exhale, turn your back heel down, open your arms to a T, warrior two. Good, gaze down. Can you see your big toe? Good, pull your belly button in, open through your chest. A nice big inhale, go tall through the crown of your head. Then as you exhale, reach towards the front of your mat. Bring your elbow to your knee, then open up your chest. So you're gonna push through your pinky toe edge of your back foot. Can you extend your right hand towards the sky? You want more of a side stretch, reach your right hand towards the front of your mat. Do you need more of a stretch? Also reach your left hand towards the front of your mat. Good, now on your inhale, take your left hand up and back. High five the back wall. Big inhale here. Feel a nice side stretch. Then as you exhale, cartwheel both hands to frame your front foot. Your hands can be on your blocks or on the floor. Turn your back heel up, push through your heel. Now you're gonna exhale your left foot to meet your right. Find a good high plank. Now remember, you can send your hips up and back, downward facing dog, or go through your chaturanga. Exhale, shift forward, then lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Okay, we're gonna go through that again. Inhale, sweep your right heel towards the back of the room. Exhale, bring your knee towards your nose. Step your foot between your hands. Grab your blocks, frame your front foot. Inhale, sweep both hands up high. Exhale, spin your heel down, open your arms to a T, warrior two. Inhale first, and then as you exhale, bring your elbow to your knee, open up your chest. Good, now as you inhale, bring your right arm up and back. Exhale, cartwheel both hands to frame your front foot. Turn your back heel up. Now step your right foot to meet your left. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way if you're taking your chaturanga. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep your left heel towards the back of the room. Exhale, bring your knee towards your nose, curl round your back. Step your foot between your hands. Inhale, sweep both hands up high. Exhale, spin your heel down, open your arms for T, warrior two. Good, inhale here. Now exhale, bring your elbow to your knee, open up your chest. Inhale, sweep your left arm up and back. Exhale, cartwheel both hands to frame your front foot. Turn your back heel up. Now step your left foot to meet your right. You can exhale, shift forward, then lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Good, take a moment here and then notice. Good, now as you exhale, soften your knees down to the mat. Kick your feet over to the right. And then bring your butt down to the floor. Feet towards the front. Yeah, and then shimmy down onto your back. Knees up toward the ceiling, plant your feet. Good. Pause there. Breathe, soften your shoulders down to your mat. And I forgot to tell you, you're gonna need a strap for this portion of it. Should have told you in the beginning. So if you don't have a strap, you're gonna need it now. It's a nice long yoga strap for your practice. We're gonna stretch out our legs. So as you roll back, grab your strap, buckle in your left hand. Now inhale, send your right heel up towards the sky. Take your buckle, loop it over the toe ball mound of your right foot. And then send your back of your arms down towards the mat. Extend your left heel towards the front of your mat. And then soften through your shoulders. Now as you exhale, start to send your right heel down towards the mat. Push through your heel. Inhale, send it back up towards the sky. Exhale, start to send your right heel down towards the mat. Good. Inhale, bring it back up. Exhale, start to send your right heel down towards the mat. Good. Inhale, bring it back up. Good. Now grab both straps in your left hand. Extend your right hand out to the side. Good. Big inhale here. Now exhale, start to send your left heel across your body, feeling a nice stretch on the outside of your right leg. Your gaze can be over towards the right side of your mat. Maybe it's over towards your toes. And as you inhale, bend your right knee, come up through center, grab both straps with your right hand, and as you exhale, open up your left leg. Now notice as your left hip come off the mat, maybe you come up, back up through center, become heavy through your hips, then reopen through your left leg. Push through your right heel. And now inhale, come up through center, bend your left knee, plant your foot, then as you exhale, bend your right knee, cross your right ankle over your left knee. Your strap can just stay across your body. Now you're looking for a nice hip opening on the right side. So you can stay here in this nice figure four. Or maybe, if you want a little bit more, you can inhale, pull your left knee in towards your chest, wrap your hands behind your thigh. What feels good to you here? Now exhale, bring your left foot down. Inhale, extend your right heel up towards the sky. Grab your straps. Bring your forearms down. Now inhale, send your left foot up to the sky. And then replace the left toe ball mound of your foot with your right, and then send your right foot down to the ground. So you switch feet now. Got nice and tricky on that side. Good, big inhale. Pull your belly button in. As you exhale, send your right heel towards the front of your mat. Forearms down towards the ground. Back of your arms down towards the ground. Now as you exhale, start to send your left heel down towards the front of your mat. Good. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale one more time, lift it up. Now as you exhale, hold both straps with your left hand. Inhale, send your left hand out to the side, a little counterbalance. Now exhale, send your left foot across your body. Feel a nice stretch on the outside of your left leg. Your gaze can follow, or maybe your gaze goes over towards the left side of your mat. Slight bend in your left knee. Inhale, come through center. As you exhale, grab your straps with your left hand, reach your right hand out to the side. And inhale, open up through your left leg. It doesn't matter how far your leg comes off to the side. It's just feeling the nice stretch on the inside of your left leg. Push through your heel. Gonna slight bend in your left knee. Inhale, come up to center. Bend your right knee. Plant your foot. Then as you exhale, bend your left knee. So you're coming in the figure four. You can remove your strap. Place it off to the side. And then notice, is that enough in your left hip? Or can you soften, become heavier in your mat? Maybe you want a little bit more. You can inhale, pull your right knee into your chest. It's about getting into your left hip here. And you recline figure four. Are you holding any tension through your neck and shoulders? Can you soften there? Now inhale, place your right foot down. Extend your left heel up to the sky. Then exhale, bring your left foot down to meet your right. Now inhale, pull both knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice hug. Start to make some knee circles on the ceiling. Start in one direction and then reverse. Go the other way. Maybe you make some independent knee circles, just drawing some art on the ceilings. Just what feels good to you in your lower back. Now inhale, come to neutral. And again, as you exhale, start to rock back. Inhale, roll forward. You're going to use 2 or 3 breaths to come to the top of your mat. So kick your feet to the back, hands to the front. Come back to tabletop. Plant your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. Toes can be tucked or untucked, just depends on how it feels underneath your knees. Then as you inhale, place your left hand in the middle of your mat. Inhale, extend your right hand up towards the sky. So you're opening up your chest. Exhale, thread your right hand in and under. Reach towards the side wall. Inhale, open up. Maybe your gaze follows. Then as you exhale, thread your right hand in and under. Plant your right shoulder on the mat. If your ear doesn't quite come down, place a block underneath your ear. Again, it just brings the ground a little bit closer. What feels good to you. It's about getting through the back side of your shoulder, your scapula. So how do you get that stretch? You have some options here. You can send your left hand towards the top of your mat. Rotate your shoulders down towards your mat. Maybe for you, it's opening up your chest toward the side of your mat. Where do you feel that stretch? Through the back side of your shoulders. Do you need a little bit more intensity here? You can inhale, push into your left hand, open up your chest, extend your left leg to the back of your mat. So come up on your toes, lift your left knee. And wherever you are, Bring your left knee down, plant your left hand right by your face. Inhale, sweep your right hand up towards the sky. Open up your chest. And exhale, plant your right hand in the middle of the mat. Let's do the other side. Inhale, sweep your left hand open towards the sky. Exhale, thread your left hand in and under, reach for the side wall, make it active. Inhale, sweep your left hand up, maybe your gaze follows. Then exhale, sweep your left hand in and under, plant your shoulder. And again, if your ear doesn't come down to the mat, it's too crunchy, bring a block first, then plant your left ear down. And just brings the ground closer to you. And then you get to decide what you're doing with your right hand. Maybe it's up towards your mat. Maybe you can even wrap it behind your back. Open up your chest more. Where does that intensify your stretch? Do you need more? You can plant your left hand at the top of your mat, your right hand to the top of the mat. Send your right toes to the back, lift your right knee. And as you exhale, bring your right knee down, place your right hand right on your mat, right by your face. Inhale, sweep your left hand open towards the sky. Exhale, bring your left hand down, coming to tabletop. Walk your hands forward, your knees back, melt your hips down to the mat. Good. Bring your forearms right in front of you, so they're kind of an 11 in front of you. And as you inhale, pull your elbows towards your chest, push into your hands, shine your heart forward. And then notice where are your feet on your mat. Maybe you walk your feet a little bit wider, push into the tops of your feet. Squeeze your butt. This is a Sphinx pose here. Your gaze should be just beyond your fingertips. And as you exhale, bring your elbows out nice and wide, forehead to your mat. Wiggle out your backside, give it a little shake. If you want to and it feels good, you can even bend your knees, windshield wiper your feet side to side. Okay, let's do that one more time. So kick your feet to the back, make sure your feet are a little bit wider than your hips. Push into the tops of your feet and then inhale, send your elbows back towards your chest. Pull your elbows in, shine your heart forward, pull your belly button in. Now, you can stay right here. That's good enough for your back bend. You want a little bit more, you can inhale, start to push into your hands, straighten your arms. Gaze beyond your fingertips so it's even more forward. And then breathe. What feels good here in your back bend. As you exhale, bring your elbows down. Send your elbows out nice and wide to the side. And again, loosen through your backside. So just wiggle through your hips. Feels good to bend your knees. Windshield wiper your feet side to side. Do that. Good. Now inhale one more time. Come up. Bring your elbows in. Forearms to an 11. Push into your hands. Push into the tops of your feet. Good. Now inhale. Bend your right knee. Yeah. Send your right hand to the front of the room. And as you exhale, open up. Reach towards your right foot. Gaze should be down at your mat. If you'd like, you could take a bind with your hand and your foot. See if it's there, or just continue to reach. Push into your hips, squeeze your butt. If you have the bind, kick your foot into your hand. Breathe wherever you are, reaching or with your bind. Now exhale, let it all go. Now inhale, bend your left knee. Reach your left hand to the front of the room and exhale, open up. Feel that rotation in your shoulders. Reach for your back foot. Again, maybe you find a bind with the inside of your left foot. Maybe you're just reaching for your foot. Either way, push into your right hand. Lift your chest. Gaze should be down at your mat. Can you kick your foot in your hand? Maybe it's just a reach. What feels good? And now exhale, let it all go. And again, send your elbows out wide, forehead down. Wiggle the back side of your body. Good. Now inhale, plant your hands on either side of your rib cage. Tuck your toes, push up through tabletop. Good. And then walk your knees forward. Swing your feet around to the right. Come down to your butt. Swing your feet forward. Now bring your knees up to your chest. Remove your flesh of your sit bones. Good. Now inhale, sit nice and tall. And as you exhale, start to slide your heels forward. Reach for your ankles. Good. Big inhale. Now exhale, fold forward. Hinge at your hips. Let your head hang heavy. Now maybe this is good enough in your forward fold as you start to slide your heels forward. Good. Inhale again. Halfway lift. Gaze toward your toes. Exhale, fold forward. You're looking for a nice stretch on the back side of your legs. Lots of contact with your belly and the tops of your thighs. Where can you release tension through your head, neck, and shoulders? To the back side of your body. It's going to look different for every single person. If you're up nice and high, that's okay. You're looking for a nice fold through your hips. Nice big bend in your knees as you're leaning forward. Pulling your toes towards your face. Gonna inhale, sit up. Send your left leg over to the side. Bend your right knee. Bring the sole of your foot on the inside of your left leg. Good. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Now exhale, twist your whole torso towards your left leg. Bring your block or blocks with you. Good. Pull your left toes towards you. Now exhale, fold over your straight leg. Good. Gaze down at the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale again. Fold forward. This time, like somebody's pulling a string from your sternum all the way toward your toes. So you might get a little bit less depth, but you're looking to get a nice stretch through your right hip. So you're becoming really heavy through your right hip. Your hands can be on your blocks. Maybe they're on the floor. And now inhale, push through your left hand. It can be on the block or on the floor. And then exhale, spin your right shoulder open towards the front of your mat. And then you get some options here. Your right hand can come right to your hip, or maybe you start to reach it up towards the sky. And that could be good enough. Or maybe you start to reach it towards your toes. Try not to collapse into this. We're not thinking like ballerina. You're thinking like you're pulling something off a shelf. You're reaching for it. You want to grab for it. So lots of engagement through your right hand. And then your gaze, it can be down at the floor, or maybe it's up towards the ceiling. How much extension, how much stretch do you want through your right side? And now inhale, come up. Exhale, release your hands. Extend your right leg out to the side. Now bend your left knee, bring it in. Place the sole of your foot on your right leg. Then inhale, grow up nice and tall through the crown of your head. Then exhale, twist towards your straight leg. Good. Inhale. Then exhale, fold forward. Curl around your back first. Good. Inhale, lift up halfway again. This time as you exhale, hinge at your hips. Fold forward. So you might get a little bit less depth. But somebody's like pulling a string from your heart to your toes. And now as you inhale, push into your left hand, then exhale, roll your left shoulder open towards the front-ish of your mat. And then you have some options here. Maybe you reach your left hand up towards the sky. Maybe you want more. You can reach it towards your toes. Good. Now inhale, lift your whole torso. Exhale, bring your hands down. Extend your left leg out and then your right foot to meet. Inhale, puff up. Then exhale, roll back onto your backside. Knees up to the ceiling. Plant your feet and then grab your block if you're using it. Grab it with your foot. Soften through your shoulders. And as you inhale, push your feet, lift your hips, slide your block underneath your tailbone. And then as you exhale, lower it down. So it's on the lowest setting it goes. So you're in a nice supported bridge. And then you have some options here. You can stay right here. That's great. If you want to work on stretching out your hip flexors more, walk your feet towards the front of your mat. Just notice where you're holding any tension. Notice where you can soften. And now inhale ever so gently. Bend your knees, bring them back up to the ceiling. And push into your feet, lift your hips, and as you exhale, slide your block off, lower your hips down. And now inhale, pull your knees into your chest, give yourself a hug. Start to make some knee circles again, start in one direction. And the reverse, go the other way. Just massaging your lower back. And then come to stillness. And then as you inhale, pull your knees nice and wide. Tilt your tailbone. And then exhale, kick your feet up to the ceiling. And then catch wherever feels good. So maybe the back of your thighs, your ankles, or your feet for happy baby. You're just about settling your hips here. Where does that feel good to you? Maybe start to close your eyes and just notice where you can soften. And now inhale, bring your knees into your chest. Pull your knees in nice and close, and as you exhale, lower both of your knees over to the right side of your mat. If you'd like to use your block, tuck it in between your knees, you could do that. And then as you exhale, open up your hands. If you have some space, you can cactus your arms or send them wide. If you notice your mind starting to wander as you're slowing down, maybe give your mind a task here. You can count along with your inhales and count along with your exhales. They should be about the same. And continue to do that until you start to lose track. Go ahead and inhale, bring your knees into center. And then as you exhale, lower your knees over to the left. Pause there. And notice again where you can soften onto your mat. Again, you can open your arms wide or cactus them. And go ahead and inhale. Bring your knees into center. Give yourself a nice hug and find any last movement you need before your final resting pose of Shavasana. And know that Shavasana, these final few minutes of your practice, can look like anything. You could be on your back. You can roll over onto your side. Maybe you roll over onto your stomach. But just give yourself permission to be here and nowhere else. And I will walk you into and out of Shavasana. These final 3 minutes of your practice. Just rest and let your whole practice soak in. Become heavy through your legs, through the backside of your body. Notice where you're holding any tension. Through your shoulders. Let go through there. Maybe scrunch up your face and let that go. Unclench your teeth. And any thoughts that come in, take a pause on them and release. Take note, like a passing cloud or a breeze that you can feel, and then let them go. And do that time and time again until you lose track. This is much the yoga as all the movement you just did, the practice of letting go. Take a big inhale through your nose, and then exhale. Shavasana. When you feel ready, go ahead and wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers. Find some movement in your body that feels good. You find a big stretch. Then roll to one side. And just pause. Let your whole practice just soak in. Then when you feel ready, you can roll up, find a comfortable seat, top of your mat. And then we'll end class with some breathing, just like we started, and whatever seat feels comfortable to you. Go ahead and inhale, circle sweep your hands up to the sky, gaze up. And then exhale, bring your hands to heart center. And again, inhale, circle sweep your hands up, gaze up. And then exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Bow your head in gratitude for taking some time, rolling out your mat, finding some movement for your body. It always feels so good. And thank you for showing up today and sharing your time, your energy, your practice, even over a screen with me. I appreciate you very much. Namaste.